Hey everyone, on today's show, Walt Disney World and Orlando parks step up their mosquito prevention game. Disney Cruse Line is being sued for negligence, and rumor is we may talk about rumors if we can possibly find the time, which we probably won't, plus so much more. So live from the Bob Varley studio in Orlando, Florida, this is the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged, episode 906 for the week of August 30th, 2016. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Oh, 2 weeks in a row I screw that up. Hello, everyone. It's me, your host today, Craig Williams. And today I am joined alongside Kathy Warling.
Hi, everybody.
Teresa Eccles.
Hey.
Julie Martin.
Hey, y'all.
Corey Martin.
Just happy to be here.
And then back in the nook, Oliver Green.
Hello.
As well as Rhino Clavin.
Hello.
Okay, yes. So I am your... Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yes, I know you're here. Thank you for being here. I am your host today because Pete Werner is still out of town. He is currently on his Adventures by Disney trip, Alpine Magic, that is happening. It started in Italy, and now he is currently in Switzerland, just outside of the Matterhorn. So we might be seeing a little bit of him later on in the show. But if you were watching the Universal show this past week, you were lucky enough to see him Skype in and see a little bit of how he was doing on his trip so far. And, of course, he's not there alone, besides being there with other Dreams Adventures by Disney travelers. He is also joined alongside by John and Kevin, of course, which is why they are also not here. So they should be back for next week's show, I hope. Fingers crossed that nothing goes wrong. I know Teresa doesn't want to be here any more than she already has had to be. So for all of our sakes, let's really hope that they get back in time. But
Whoa, wait. Because you don't want me to be here?
No, you don't want to be here.
I never said that
I
to anyone
want you
but
here.
you. That was a private text, Craig.
Yeah, it was. It's not like we talked about it right before the show started. So, yes, they should all be back next week for the show, and we look forward to seeing them again. So, before we get too far in here, does anyone have any housekeeping or anything important to bring up?
Nope.
I do.
Oh.
So anybody that participated in the vlogging around the world for Give Kids the World with myself and Oliver one of the days, and myself and Tom the other day, you can look for that video. Should be done by tomorrow or the next day, but it'll be up this week, and you should check it out because it's basically a movie at this point. So I didn't realize how extensively we all did it, and it's a lot of fun, and I didn't want to cut too many people out. So hopefully everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody who spoke to me made it in there, and it's a lot of fun, and it was a lot of fun to watch it. And I just want to say thanks again to everybody that participated in all those events, and we raised all that money, and we couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you.
Does the drinking progress as you go? Like you start seeing.
Okay,
like,
so here's what I did. Because I did it in 2 days, it's all together in one video, but each day I started in a different direction. So I spliced the opening together, so it keeps cutting back and forth between Tom and Oliver and me in a different shirt. And so where one video began is where the other video ended. So we're very happy in part of that video, and so it's all merged together. So hopefully you can actually tell
a perfect
how
bell
intoxicated
curve, right?
anybody was at any point.
So we don't keep going from slurring our words back to speaking normally.
The thing
back to
is
slurring
I'm
our
watching
words.
it, and all I can think is people are going to watch this back and be like, "Oh, I wonder how drunk they are." I mean, I can tell when you started getting tipsy, but I'm just the same way the whole way through. So, but I
You think?
100% know that there are going to be comments that are like, "Look at Rhino when he's drunk," or something like that. But
Look at Oliver. They're dragging him around like sadness because he's drunk.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a really good video. It's going to be a long video, so enjoy that. But I think it's good quality, and it's definitely one of the better videos I've done in a long time. So I appreciate everybody being a part of that. For
Awesome.
sure.
Yeah, it's always great to see more experiences with drinking around the world. It's always a lot of fun. So if no one else has any other housekeeping, let's talk about this week's upcoming shows or next week's. I don't remember where it is anymore. But the Dreams Unlimited Travel Show, did not have an episode yesterday, if you were wondering where that is. But it will return next week with the first installment on their look at booking Universal Orlando vacations. And they're joined with 2 agents this time around, besides Tracy even. They're joined by Christy Bennett and Allie Reeves. So new faces. If they're your agents, you might want to tune in to actually see what they look like for the very first time, maybe. Always intriguing. And then, of course, there is the Disneyland edition of the Dis Unplugged, and that is aired live Sunday nights at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 10 o'clock Eastern time, and that's on Mixler.com. Then it's available on iTunes on Mondays. And this week's or next week's show, again, I don't remember. I don't really pay attention to that. But Michael Bowling will be continuing his celebration of 60 years of Disneyland with a look at the early 80s, from the 25th anniversary of the park to New Fantasyland of 1983 and the rise of Michael Eisner. So,
Can you say that again?
No.
3 times fast?
I choose to not read that again. But that will be available, or is already available, on iTunes. One or the other. You do the homework on that. And then, of course, we have the Universal show, which I have not figured out what's going to be happening on that this week, but I'm sure we'll talk about some news. We'll talk about something related to Universal Orlando. I just haven't had the time to bother with it right now, so we'll get around to that soon enough. But then we also have Dispop released on Fridays. Rhino, what do we have for that?
So this week is going to be, since the Halloween party starts on Friday, this is officially the beginning of the Halloween season for me. And it's basically going to be from now until the end of October. I'm going to have a lot of, not maybe full episodes, but segments and all that sort of stuff that's going to be geared toward you guys being able to make the most of this season. So like tips and tricks for like your parties, how to make cheap decorations, how to get costumes on the cheap for your kids or for yourself, and
Face painting.
Yeah, I'm going to do zombie makeup, Oliver. I'm going to show you how to do zombie, aging, wounds, and whatever else. If anybody has any ideas or anything they want to see, let me know, because I did special effects makeup for a long time. So
cool.
I will show you how to do all that stuff, and I do party decorations and stuff like that all the time. So just let me know what you want to see. If it's something very specific, I had a request for Haunted Mansion, how to decorate your house Haunted Mansion-like, so I'm working on some stuff for that, and I will do whatever you guys want.
You sound like you're selling yourself, like available for weddings.
That's basically what I feel like it's become at this point. It's like one of those big catalogs you get in this time of year, and you just got to flip through the right page to find what you're looking for. So yeah, there's that. I'm very excited. It's my favorite time of year, and I love being able to find a medium to be able to do that stuff again.
Very interesting. We
You're
all look
not
forward
interested
to it.
at all. I'm really interested. I love Halloween.
Yeah,
I've already
I
got my decorations out and I'm getting them ready to.
I helped a friend do we did it all in one day. She's pregnant, so we did a BB-8 tummy. Her tummy is going to be BB-8, and her husband's going to be Poe. And so we went to like Goodwill and made the jacket and all the stuff. And that's where I was like, you know what? People should ask us, like, how would you make this costume? And like, you know, because that's how, when I was a kid, we didn't have any money, so it was all everything was out of recycled cardboard boxes and stuff like that. And I just want to show people how you can make that ghetto fabulous. So
Cool.
Yes and no, it is very cool. So look for that on Fridays all through the Halloween season, apparently. And also want to put a shameless plug in for our group. We will be attending, hopefully, a dry first night of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Teresa, you look absolutely disgusted by it.
No, the way you said it, I'm not even going to. Never mind, my mind.
Yes, a dry Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party
I'm
right
hoping
now.
it's not going to rain.
Yeah, right now there's
It's
like
gonna rain on your head.
Okay, my husband said the exact same thing.
the same way.
Purple.
No, the exact same quote. And then he laughed, and then he walked off laughing like it was just the best thing in the world. I said, I've heard that before.
I think it rains
rain
every
on
year.
your
though,
head.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or at
Yeah,
least the first night of the parties, it always rains.
yeah.
Just
It's
trying to keep it positive, you know?
I don't have a ticket, so I'm good.
You do have a ticket. It's on my computer right now. So right now it's looking like an 80% chance of rain on that night. So
I've got my little umbrella. I'll be
that's not
good.
going to help anything. So we will be there covering it. Of course, we'll be going live at points on Facebook, I'm sure, as well as having all the tons of content that comes from it every year whenever we do
like
it.
the Weather Channel and Mickey's Not So Scary.
Assuming we don't have to just leave because of... Yeah. I've never been whenever they've canceled like everything, though, for the rain, so...
I have. It's not fun.
Okay.
As long as we get Kathy dancing at one of the dance parties, we're good.
Watch that video, the vlog of last year's when we went to the villains party, because you can hear me screaming about Kathy dancing in the video.
Screaming in horror? Or
Screaming and I'm running through the thing with the camera. I just, oh my God, Kathy's dancing. And I run after her.
You just never know.
Well, there you go. So look for that coverage starting on Friday night at some point, whenever the party starts. So if no one else has anything to say, including me, let's just kick it over to the news with Kathy.
Hey, okay. The Orlando Sentinel is reporting that Walt Disney World is draining and filling in the pool at River Country, the water park that has been abandoned since closing in 2002. Upstream Plunge was a 330,000-gallon pool that was surrounded by man-made boulders for jumping and diving platforms. This pool is right next to Mickey's Backyard Barbecue at Fort Wilderness. This professor at the University of Southern California says the pool was a potential liability and that it's surprising it's taken Disney this long to fill it in. Just one small child gets away from their parents and falls in there, and now you have another tragedy. Disney said that this project has been in the works for a while, but there were no other plans to tear down the rest of the water park. They also said the work is not related to the ongoing Zika virus threat, though standing water is generally known to attract mosquitoes, some of which carry the virus. So there's also a rumor going around that Disney Vacation Club might be building some units on the property there, so stay tuned.
Yeah,
I think it's weird that they said there were no other plans to tear down the water park. Like, when are they going to do this? It's been sitting there and rotten forever. It's like, shouldn't it all just come down at once?
No, it's all cool.
Sorry.
I was like, oh my
Very
God,
nice.
it's a robot.
Switch to Craig.
Does anyone know?
It's coming from that camera right there.
That
Pete.
one. Yeah, so for anyone who couldn't hear it, Pete just was nice enough to chime in and let us know that he could smell me from Switzerland right now.
Is that what he said? Because I thought he said we were all getting a raise. Was that just me? No?
No, unfortunately wasn't it. I think it's very bizarre that they're just starting with this one pool whenever the entire thing is water. I know a lot of it is dried out and drained over the course of just, the environment, but this one pool seems
I think
very
they're
bizarre.
lying. It definitely has to do with Zika.
Oh, I think
I'm
so, too.
sorry. All the standing water.
Why wouldn't
and-
you start with something else? You're
Yeah,
starting
but
with this right now.
I feel exactly like that person feels. Why did it take so long? And like you said, one child gets away, you have another accident on your hands. That could have happened many, many years ago. This has been just sitting there forever.
Not to mention how many people have climbed the fence or rode the boat over or whatever.
They're really lucky this
That
hasn't
something hadn't happened.
Yeah.
I want to sneak over the fence and just kind
I
of
know
explore.
someone who has.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
Even if I did, I wouldn't say
What's her
what.
name?
I won't tell you what her
Yeah,
name
don't
is.
say.
Oh, okay.
We think we know who it is.
I think I know who it is.
Stella.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Stella's never been interested in anything. Why would she climb
No.
over the fence?
I said it was walkers over there or something. She good for it.
No, it is very slightly interesting. I don't know how close it actually is to the Mickey's Backyard Barbecue. Apparently, it's somewhat close.
Yeah, I always wondered
But-
about that because I never thought it was that
is.
close.
Well, it's
Is it?
got to be because it's right there. I mean,
Yeah, but
Probably-
what's the likelihood that a toddler could scurry away from the backyard barbecue and make it all the way
200
through?
yards away,
And-
climb a fence.
Yeah, and if it what is the fence that's blocking it off? Is it an actual picket fence that is high up, or is it just
Is it one of those Disney walls?
yeah, what exactly is the fence? Couldn't
It's
there
like a
be
Trump
something
fence?
else done in that? I just don't understand it, but
That was the first water park where I told my dad that I wanted to be a Disney lifeguard.
Oh, yeah?
oh,
That's
why
why they
there.
haven't
Came
tore
out
it
your dad
down,
That's
right?
why. That's why.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I
I
swam
put
there.
a sign up right there. Yeah.
That's sweet. Brought a tear to my eye, Corey.
I know.
What's
It
next,
happens.
Kathy?
yeah. I think we should move on. Let's leave on a high note. What do we have next?
Okay, in other Zika news, As more reports of the Zika virus come out of Florida, Walt Disney World will start giving out free insect repellent. There will be pump bottles and towelettes available at the theme parks, Disney Springs, and ESPN Wide World of Sports, as well as aerosol cans in the hotel rooms. There will be signs posted around the resort notifying guests of the repellent availability. Disney said, in an abundance of caution, we are accelerating preventative efforts throughout our property, including providing complimentary insect repellent to our guests, along with helpful guidelines from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. We have an extensive mosquito prevention and monitoring program in place, and we continue to work closely with local, state, and federal experts on this topic. The Orlando Sentinel reports that several non-travel related Zika cases have been found in Florida in the last few weeks. Some of these were in Miami Beach and Pinellas County. The Zika virus is spread by mosquitoes and was first reported in Brazil. Pregnant women have been advised to be careful of traveling to places where Zika has been found, as the disease can cause birth defects in unborn babies. Not to be left out, Universal Orlando and SeaWorld Orlando will also be providing insect repellent for their guests. At Universal, it will be located at guest service locations. SeaWorld will provide it at all of their Orlando locations, as well as Busch Gardens and Adventure Island in Tampa.
What kind of insect repellents are going to be?
They give you one of those little candles you carry around with you.
Well, I'm just wondering if it's environmentally friendly, because there's people out there that are, they don't want all the chemicals.
I think it's off.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
off. I was at Disney Springs
With
yesterday, and
Probably.
I checked it out. I didn't use any. It was the backwoods one, like the super
green-
heavy
the green
one.
dark-
Yeah.
Likes to live dangerously.
And we do have a picture of it. This one is not from there, but it's of like kind of the setup that they had in
Ollie, you want
Oliver.
to pull that picture?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant a separate photo. I was like, you never sent that to me.
Do they
He's
give
not
you the
paid
whole
for his
bottle?
brains.
No,
So they spray you down like a spray
no,
tan?
you have to spray yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is one of the, for anyone's watching right now, this is one of the setups in Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom. So this is kind of how it was at Disney Springs too, just randomly set up. There's this billboard that has the listing of why the CDC believes that you need insect repellent without, as Kathy noticed too, I believe, it doesn't really heavily say Zika.
Right.
all
Disney
over
doesn't
it.
say Zika. They just say for mosquito-borne.
Well, this should be done at all times in Florida, in my opinion, not just because Zika's going around. I mean, mosquito bites hurt. I mean, and some people may not be aware, that they're so prevalent here when they come on vacation.
I don't think at Disney I've ever been bitten by a mosquito, because I know they do a lot of work with that. But we went to Kennedy Space Center one time in the evening, and we were like mosquito bait.
They're big out there.
It was terrible. But it's still a good idea to bring your own.
At dusk, behind my house.
Yeah.
We have these little towelettes that have sunscreen and mosquito in one.
They should give out sunscreen too.
Yeah.
Mosquito bites hurt, but so does sunburns.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if they would give out sunscreen if you just went to like any...
They need to move to another
You just
place.
go in the
because
gift shop and test them.
Florida is just overrun with things that will hurt and kill you. So.
It will.
Or go to guest relations and say, do you have sunscreen?
They're going to be like, yeah, in the gift shop.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like they'd have to give it to you if you really, really need it.
Try that at a water park.
The lady was really nice. Whenever I went up to look at it in Disney Springs, she was very forward about asking me if I needed it. I didn't really believe I needed to. I didn't feel like I was at risk in the middle of the day at Disney Springs. But I guess it is a nice option to have. So I don't know if the whole publicizing, which we're not helping of it right now, will really do anyone any benefit, because it's just kind of increasing the whole I should be scared of Zika type style thing. But I don't know. It's not going to make me cancel my trip to Disney World anytime soon.
But you're not getting pregnant anytime soon either. I mean, you, personally.
You don't know that.
But they're also saying it causes brain defects in adults now, too.
Yeah.
So, it's
crap.
like mutating or whatever. So, it's the, beginning of that zombie virus we're all waiting for.
And honestly, I have felt like I've been getting dumber and dumber over the years.
I thought that too.
It's just, I'm not retaining information. Some people say it's beer. Other people say it's
It's the
Old
aging
age.
process.
Old age. It could be a mixture of things, but
Old beer.
Well, then you better not get pregnant because that shoots the memory.
Right?
It's happened to Arnold Schwarzenegger. It could happen to me. So let's move on to our final happy news story for today.
Oh, yes, we have 3 wonderful news stories today. Disney Cruse Line is being sued for negligence by a parent who alleges that her child was injured on the stairs in the onboard theater. Martha Lynch claimed that a raised portion of a stair caused her child to catch her shoe and fall. The complaint was filed against Magical Cruise Company, doing business as Disney Cruise Line, on August 17th in the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Florida, Orlando Division. The alleged incident occurred on August 25th, 2015, and Lynch claimed that her child suffered physical and mental anguish, disability, loss of capacity for the enjoyment of life, and incurred medical expenses. The suit states that the cruise line failed to inspect and maintain premises and failed to warn passengers of hazardous areas. Lynch has asked for a trial by jury and is looking for the stated damages, interest, cost of the suit, and other relief that may be justly entitled.
How old is the child?
It didn't say.
25.
So
Wait, hazardous stairs? Have you seen
Yes.
these stairs on the Disney Cruise Line?
Pick your feet
You can
up.
almost sleep on them. They're so cozy.
Yeah.
I mean,
in
I
the theater,
haven't.
right?
Yes.
They're just
Yeah.
pick your feet up, honey. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well,
I've fallen down. I should be.
I was just thinking, Ferris fell last week, stepping up one little step from the road, like we were crossing the street to go to dance class. I should sue the city of Longwood because he tripped and fell.
Okay, I don't know anything about this child or these people, but this, I'm just going to say it kind of ticks me off. That, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
No,
it could be
I
something.
agree
We know it
with
was
you.
the step in disrepair. Like was the carpet ripped or something? It didn't say any of
It
that
doesn't
stuff,
say,
right?
but I can't imagine Disney would have ripped carpeting on a stair.
Yeah.
I mean, because Cruise Lines, does that. Now, like in the bathroom on the Disney ships, like the first day I'm on there, it's like I always trip up into the bathroom. But I just figured that's my clumsiness.
Oh, I fell out of the shower one night when it got kind of rocky. It wasn't pretty.
But, I wouldn't.
No, I'll get myself up. Don't commit.
I wouldn't think to. Well, you're on your own if it happens when we're cruising. But, isn't that sort of? I mean, unless it was really obvious.
Why wasn't she
Isn't-
watching her child? Okay, I'm just all over the place.
The only thing I'm just going to chime in here. The only thing I've read the story. It happened in the theatre, if I remember correctly. So the only thing I can think that might be a play that we're not looking into, or that it's not that obvious to us, is if it was dark. If they were trying to leave the theatre when
Usually
the lights
there's
were down.
lighting
There's
on
lighting.
the
Yeah.
side.
And
Oh,
the steps
Yeah.
are
okay.
not big,
No.
No, they're very.
gradual.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like
It's one of
you're
those two-step
Thank you.
steps.
coming down. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Shoot, I fell in LaGuardia Airport one time I was going to Europe with Pete, and he turned around and he says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm on the ground." I went down because it was uneven.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was embarrassing for the child. I mean, like anytime anybody falls, in front of a group of people, you're like, "Oh crap!" In the
I'm
words of
going down
Teresa,
again,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
going down
it can be
again.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that it would cause me or even one of my children to not enjoy the rest of the cruise because they fell on one stair
Unless
one
she was,
night.
Well, it's
was
not
she
even-
injured, physically injured?
Well,
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say, but part of the listing of the suit is disability. So I hope that it's not. It was like short term, as in
As in other.
Like if she sprained her
Life-changing.
ankle
yeah,
or
like something.
life-changing.
Yes, thank you for filling in the gaps there
But-
on that.
Like when your kids fall, isn't your instinct to go like, "Oh, it's okay, come on, let's
Shake it off. Keep moving. Yeah,
Well,
that's
you know what I
do.
mean. Like you
Usually it's like,
Well,
we're
when
going to
Ferris-
lose our seat. Come on, get up.
I have to say, when Ferris fell last week, it was on cement, and I saw it happen. I couldn't get there in time. I was like, oh, and I know it hurt. He has 2 little scrapes on his knees, on his shins, because of the way it happened. And he was actually looking back at another cute little girl in her tutu. I couldn't blame him. She was
Right.
adorable.
Like
But-
father, like son.
And so I helped him up and sat him on my knee and checked him out, got my wipes out, wiped him down, made sure everything was okay. I was like, "You're okay, buddy." I was like, "I know it hurt," and he cried
You're
just a little
good,
bit.
yeah.
But then he was like, "Wait, I'm going to dance class," and then he was up and he was ready to
Yeah.
go.
Well,
which-
my kids, if you show too much sympathy when they're, I don't want to play into it and make it, and I don't want to show my fear to them that,
Yeah.
oh my God, your foot is missing. It's
What
okay,
the
you'll be
crap?
good. Just
Yeah.
hop along,
We used to do the thing in our house was blood or no blood. So,
Oh, my.
if you had,
Okay, no, wait a minute.
Blood or no blood. New shirt idea.
but anyway, I had. So what we would do, and the kid would come in, and they'd be crying or whatever. I had red washcloths.
Oh, smart.
So you would wipe it off, and you go, see, no blood.
As
And
it
they-
seeps out of the skin. Blood or no blood.
But your ankle is wiggling back and forth.
Thankfully, we never had
Your
that.
leg is totally going the opposite way.
Your skin's
no
intact.
blood, honey. You're good.
I mean, I don't know how this could possibly go.
We don't have
very
all the
far.
details.
Exactly.
Right.
We
But
don't know.
I do hope that if it did cause some sort of a disability, as she says, that it was like a sprained ankle or,
Right.
a stubbed toe or.
Right.
Everybody is it seems like everybody is so lawsuit happy. I mean, there are jingles on the radio of something pain, and they have a rap song about
411
it.
pain.
105.9.
Pain. I don't want to give
I
them a
know.
plug because it's that terrible. But there are
I know
jingles
what you're
about
talking
suing.
about.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think about the family, I'm sure they were compensated, but the family who lost their son to an alligator, they're not suing Disney.
Right.
And you have a child that fell up or down the stairs.
It's an accident.
It's
It happens to everyone.
Disney didn't put spikes on the step to trip this kid up. It just happened. I don't know. What
That
I don't know the
goofy.
full story, but it seems like every time you turn around, there's a lawsuit happening for something.
The annoying thing is as well, and again, this might be a case where someone genuinely did get hurt and they may have a reason to claim, but it just doesn't look like it from where we're sitting right now. And if that is the case, all it does is put up the price for everybody else when they want to go on a cruise because they have to factor this
Right.
in. And you're paying for these frivolous lawsuits that are just unnecessary if that's the case. I don't know enough to say that for sure, but...
Okay, then. Well, I think that is it for this section of the news. So let's move on to rapid fire. And today I would like to start with
Kathy.
Teresa.
You did that on purpose. It's something about Canada.
I'm changing up the game. I'm not back there controlling that, so.
Hang on, you gotta. What the heck? Oliver, that's why you did this. Okay, so this bag on head guy, they're leaving. They're gone. August 28th. Nobody wanted them there, so they're gone. So Alberta Bound, a 5-piece band playing traditional Canadian music, will return.
What's the name of the people that are leaving, sorry?
Oh, hang on. Hang on, I got it. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Les parfaits inconnus.
Okay.
My best French accent. I'm sorry.
Yeah, wow.
very
I
robotic.
feel like I was there.
Was it good? It means strange, perfect strangers is what that means.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
TV show?
I know.
No,
Love
that's
that
what,
show.
that's what that means. La Parfait Woo Woos.
No.
Perfect strange. Well, anyway, they're
I
gone.
never bothered looking up.
They're out.
Yeah.
I googled it because when I got the rapid fire from Oliver, Ollie gave me this one because I forgot to get one. So anyway, thanks.
But I think this is a recurring thing that's going to happen. I believe Disney said at one point already that they were going to try to start revolving World Showcase acts on a regular basis.
That's nice.
So it is.
If they get good ones.
They better
Well,
not take
traditional
away the
Canadian
UK band.
music would be like what the Ode to Nova Scotia and all that stuff,
Yeah,
right?
if they have good performers.
Good
But
performers.
anybody they put there, they're always going to be judged next to off kilter.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. I mean,
you think?
But the
yeah, I mean,
that
every
act
time
that
they announce somewhere, read on like the Facebook comments on the boards. Why did they get rid of off kilter to begin with? It's always
Yeah, but eventually they're going to find a band that is so similar to Off Kilter that comes in and it's going to stick.
Mini skirts.
Like, I hated whenever they replaced the band in the UK because before they had the Beatles tribute band,
Yeah.
and that was fun.
fun.
Granted they're not English, but they still dressed up in the different eras throughout the day and played a nice arrangement of songs, and then they were replaced with just these straight American guys who had long
they
hair
straight?
and. I just meant like they didn't even straight
How do you know?
as in they didn't even pretend to like try to like put on an English accent, and that way they were just 100% Americans getting up there singing songs by British bands.
The only English guy he knows is gay, so that's why he assumes we all are.
I think Canada should bring in the buzzsaws.
yes,
You
I agree. Yes.
Traditional.
Have them in there for a
awesome,
couple months.
Right?
Yeah.
Bring them in. That's my Canadian.
The chainsaws?
No, the
They can
buzzsaws.
bring 'em back.
Not the chainsaws.
No, the buzzsaws.
What's the
I'm done.
difference?
Buzzsaws is a band.
Oh,
Canadian band.
What's the difference?
I feel like they would want to bring in maybe like Celine Dion or Bryan Adams or
Represent.
Bieber. Bring Bieber.
He's actually banned from Disney parks. I found out the other
Is
day.
he?
So yeah.
What'd he do?
I don't
Didn't pull his pants all the way up,
Yeah,
probably.
right. All right. I'm
well, that
done.
turned into some fun there. Okay. From
What I'm here
there,
for. I'm here for the fun. All right.
I think we're gonna
done.
go
Put my glasses
to.
back
We'll go
on,
to
done.
Julie. Go to Julie.
Let's see. Okay, good. He told me that was first. I have two. Okay, so the Great Irish Hooley is returning to Raglan Road Irish Pub. It's its 5th year. It's Hooley. I keep wanting to say Hooey. It's not
Hooey.
Hooey. It's Hooley.
You got to say it with an
Hootie.
Irish accent.
Hooey and the
Hootie.
blowfish.
Hooley.
Hootie's gonna
I
be
think that's more English.
Hooley.
I don't know.
You want me to translate
It's
it for
the
you?
Great Irish Hooley. There you go.
Well, anyway, Hooley is Irish slang for party or celebration. It takes place over Labor Day weekend, so this weekend, people, September 2nd through the 5th, you can enjoy authentic Irish food and craft beer, cocktails, imagine that, Irish music and dance. There's going to be several Irish bands and musicians. They're going to have the Screaming Orphans, which I love their name.
The Screaming Orphans.
They're 4 sisters.
They're awesome.
Jake Richardson, who's from Dublin, Flat Out. Marianne Fraser Band, Swinging on the Gate. The Raglan Roots Coalition, The High Road, Cooney and Ryan, and the Raglan Road Irish Dancers will be performing. It starts at noon on Friday and ends at last call on Monday.
So here's the plan. When we get rained out for the party, we all go over there
Go
and
to the
listen to the
Hooley.
Screaming Orphans.
I just think that's a really cool name for a
Yeah,
band.
that is.
I hope they scream.
The Swinging on the Gate lady, is that what she's going to be doing as she's singing, or is that the name of it?
The name of another band. It sounds like fun. So if you're in the
Yeah.
area, go check it out.
Yeah. I agree.
My second rapid fire is kind of news story-ish. So
Yes.
children are now being asked to scan their fingers when entering Walt Disney World theme parks. So usually children were not asked to scan their fingers, just their Magic Band. So after scanning their ticket now, they will be required to scan their finger, as it's always been for most guests. I don't see a problem with it, but there could be some issues. Like, I'm just not sure if Ferris will be willing to do that or not. You know, and I'm not going to be like grabbing his hand and like forcing him to put his
Right.
finger on there. I'm hoping that usually if we do something with Finley and let him watch, he's usually able to copy it and he wants to do it. So hopefully that'll work out. But it'll be a matter of now trying to remember which finger everybody
Right.
used. So I'm going to try to make him use the finger I use so I always remember.
And for the listeners who don't know, Ferris has Down syndrome. Some people are just tuning in for the first time going, well, I don't understand. What does Ferris want?
Yeah, so sometimes, he just doesn't want to do things that
Just
he
stubborn.
thinks
Yeah.
are different or weird or whatever. But usually if sister does it, he does it. So that's how he's so great at the doctor now. But it could be an issue for some kids, I think, with sensory issues.
You think they'll make them do it?
I'm hoping not.
Or they'll say,
Well,
that's
if you
okay.
can't do that, or for different cases, the cast member will take your picture.
That's
So-
even worse.
No, not really.
So, like, he's into selfies. So
No,
unless
I-
that cast member is going to, like, take a selfie with him, sometimes he doesn't want his picture taken.
Well, okay. Well, I'm the mother, and I just was at the doctor with him last
Right.
Friday, and they needed to take a picture of him. He came right over, let him take his picture. He's getting better and better about things, Dad.
Yeah, Corey.
Okay, so let's go over some of the other details of this. This is still in a trial. It's not no like Disney policy has changed where this is going to be put in play by children. Talking about it's a child's ticket is 9 and under, right?
Mm-hmm. 3
Adult
to 9.
3 to 9, and then an adult ticket is 10 and up. So before it was only people who had adult tickets that came in. Now the poster who posted about this on disboards.com, she had a 7 and an 8-year-old, and they were the ones asked to use their fingerprints, whereas the 5-year-old was put under one of the parents' fingerprints, and that caused problems later on whenever the fingerprint was under the mother, but the father went to take the kid to the park without the mother, and then they had to start sorting through that.
But it's also so that they can keep track of the tickets
Yeah.
that, if you
Oh.
bought it off sites or, from a scammer or.
No, I know all that aspect of it. It's just the one thing that I think is a bad part of it, and I know this from the firsthand experience of working at Universal, is the fingerprint scanning systems that they use at Disney on the turnstiles, as well as then on lockers over at Universal, they are very sensitive in how they capture that image. And pretty much anyone who's probably over the age of, I want to say 60-ish, or anyone under the age of probably about 10 or 11, most of the time their fingerprints aren't going to scan properly at all. Because a lot of times once you get older, your fingerprints just start to wear off. And it's not getting, trust me,
They're looking at their fingerprint.
you wouldn't believe the amount of disgruntled older people who couldn't get back into their lockers that you'd have to deal with. That, well, I used my finger. I know which one I used. But if you don't have
finger,
a print,
young man.
sorry,
Fingerprints are like
it's all about growing up.
Firestone tires.
Right?
Exactly.
I need a new set.
Should have bought a better brand. And the same goes with kids. Their fingers are just so tiny and small that it's hard to get an accurate reading on them. So this policy just seems kind of dumb, because I think it's going to, if it continues out, it's going to cause more hassles and delays in the actual turnstile process than they need already. Because every time I go inside a Disney park, I get stuck in the line where the blue light goes off at least 3 or 4 times because it just never works right.
And people are still looking for their fingers. I understand. There's a reason why they're doing this, but it is going to slow things down.
Craig all CSI'd it.
Thank you.
Your fingerprints wear off once you hit 60.
I always like to.
I don't have a problem when I go.
You were
Kathy
not.
still has young fingers.
She was not laboring her entire life. She was.
How do you know?
You were,
Right?
because I know your job history. We've discussed it in the past.
Didn't I tell you about when I worked on the railroad and I had to pound in the spikes?
Right? Put the
Must-
filaments in the little light bulbs when you were a child with your fingers.
Must have skipped over that part. Well, so we'll see if that sticks into place, but right now it seems very strict.
Do you
Interesting.
think they're having an issue with people trading magic bands, and that's why they're doing this? Because that's the only thing I could think of, is that, like families are like, hey, we're going to the park today. How about you use so-and-so's magic band,
Yeah, that could.
That could be
I
too.
thought about
Parent
that.
waits outside for the other.
Go back
parents,
in,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
That could very well.
Right now, we're giving people ideas.
I didn't give you an idea.
Right.
I was trying to think of why they would be doing it, and that's the only reason I could think
There's
of.
definitely a reason.
But that's where you have the photo that will be taken as well by one of the guest relations cast members. So there's that second.
and if they
form of
don't
proof.
like to take the photo, the'll be a sketch artist.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew
Yeah,
you were going to
just
say that. I'm like, I was
sit here.
thinking that.
Sketch
Gonna
or
say-
caricature?
Sketch artist.
Will they be riding in a dune
It's
buggy
just to
playing
speed up the
basketball?
process,
Be a
Come
little
on.
stick person. Hold his magic band.
I like that
Boy or
idea.
girl.
Although I'll either have a Mickey hat or a Minnie hat on. Okay, good. Okay. Well, let's move on and let's finally visit Kathy's rapid fire.
Finally.
Saving the best for near the last.
Oh, Oliver,
middle.
you're stressed.
There I am. Because you took everything out of order. Thank you for talking. And go, Kathy. Now.
Okay. Guests at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party will once again be able to pick up a special event exclusive Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card. This year's card features Clawhauser, the donut-loving security guard from the animated film Zootopia. With his love of sweets, Disney thought he would make the perfect addition to the candy-filled Halloween party. I still wish I could sit at these meetings when they decide this. Each Sorcerer of the Magic Kingdom card comes with the ability to cast a spell, and Clawhauser is no exception. His spell is named Clawhauser's Tricky Treat, and when used will fire out dozens of magical donuts. If used improperly, there will be an explosion of rainbow sprinkles.
Of course.
And this is only available to party guests, and you need to show your event wristband. You'll also get a regular pack of the playing cards, and you need to go by the firehouse on Main Street to get
Like
started.
tripping magical donuts or what?
They shoot out from under his neck like in the movie.
Magical donut. Take a trip with Mr. Clawhauser.
I guess. I don't know. I missed
That's
that part of the
Sergeant
movie.
Clawhauser.
No,
too?
no,
so-
it's so great when he comes up and he calls her cute, and she's like, "No, you can't call me cute." And she's like, "You have something in your neck," and he goes, "There you are, you little Dickens." I've seen it too many times.
Oh,
I like how they
to
had the
go
gay
watch it.
character
I know,
of
I
the
haven't
rainbow
seen it yet.
sprinkles too.
Wow.
I
much
don't
there.
I don't understand why there isn't a Sanderson sister card. Like if they're their featured performer
Yeah.
for
Oh my
the last
gosh,
2 years
that'd
in a
be
row.
Do
They're like,
any of you collect these cards or anything?
No, they usually get wet.
Like I
Or
got
bank.
it that last
Moist.
year.
I've got a massive stack of
I do too.
these
Yeah.
different ones. I don't know what I'm going to do with them.
Sell them on eBay.
I'm sure somebody on the boards will want it.
Used to be a big deal. I don't know how many people still play.
Used to walk around with their little binders. And,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Open them up on the trash cans and doing all their.
They were
whatever.
cool, free little collectibles.
It's nice. It's
Yeah.
a cute little,
But yeah, at the end of the day, they just become
Trash.
trash.
That's so true. Actually, I literally just moved place, and I remember throwing all of them out that I had.
Did you?
It was without even
I don't know
thought.
why
just
I'm
went
keeping them. I
straight
guess I
out.
just.
Well, they're not going to go up in value or anything. They're just pieces of cardboard.
Well, people actually sell them on
Filling the
eBay. and
land.
Yeah, I was
Still.
just gonna say. I bet you could sell this Halloween one for pretty good.
I'm still holding on to my garbage pail kids, and
I know
they're
you
not.
are. You got an attic
they're
full
not
of
going up.
stuff.
Oh my god.
Your little action figures. That's
Just
so
garbage pail
sweet.
kids.
Very good. I think we'll all get a Clawhauser on Friday.
Unless
Rhino
it's
will
raining,
take
and then
them
I'm going
all.
to go
I'll
see
give mine away.
I do love
the
Clawhauser.
orphan sisters.
And don't wait till the end of the evening to get it. Get it while the party's going
Get it
on, or
while
there'll
it's
be a
going
long
on.
line.
There you go. Big tip from Kathy. Corey?
All right, there was a rumor posted on the Disboards on Facebook group that Vanellope Von Sweets will be replacing Goofy on a bike float in the parade. Now, we don't know if it's going to be the bike float in Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, but Goofy is currently riding this bike, and it's a candy-themed float. But, apparently the poster said it was mentioned on a podcast by Sarah Silverman, who does the voice of Vanellope in the movie Wreck-It Ralph.
Doesn't she have her own little car that she drives on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what
Christmas.
she's currently
Christmas.
doing.
Yeah, on Christmas, she drives the car.
Her legs aren't long enough for that bike.
Yeah, it's not. I don't see that happening.
Right?
Really strange.
They'll put little blocks on the pedals.
She said she would recorded audio for it.
Yeah,
that's where it
that's
came
why.
from.
Maybe she's going to be in the little
It's a
candy
rumor,
bubble or
but we'll
something.
find out soon enough.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, they could modify it so she could get on, but then they roll that same float out for Christmas, and then Goofy would have to be on it. So, unless she's going to be on it for both of them.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's an interesting thought.
I just did it.
It's okay. Don't.
Well, there's a
don't-
Martin Kabobble going on. Let's
So
watch.
we'll do a little
Blood, no
behind the
blood.
scenes. Julie's original rapid fire that she sent in was about buses or some crap, and then
yeah.
And I got in
Corey.
trouble because it was the same one as his, and then he didn't even do it.
Then
I've only
yeah,
made the slide for the buses one.
Oh wait, did I do the wrong rapid fire?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait there. Here.
Corey.
Do you want to wing it?
Look.
We're looking
Oh
at
yeah.
Probably wing it.
All right, now buses will run from Disney theme parks to Disney Springs after 4 p.m. There we go.
there you go. Okay, let's move on. Oliver.
Oh right, yeah.
Did nobody pick this one?
Moving on to me. What did I put as my rapid fire? There we go. My rapid fire is there is a new fall finale for
finale. Go ahead.
finale for the Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair, which is the show that takes place in front of on the Cinderella Castle stage. So beginning on September 2nd, the final scene in Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair will feature new costumes, decor, and choreography. You'll also hear an original song celebrating autumn from the songwriting duo of Valet Vigod and Brendan Milburn, who composed the show's catchy tune on this day. So yeah, new ending coming to the new show.
And there'll be a new Main Street Trolley Show.
Thank you so much actually for bringing me onto that. So there is, starting this weekend, there is a special fall edition of the popular Main Street Trolley Show. So yeah, greeting everybody everyone on the Main Street Trolley Show will be greeting everyone along the avenue with a joyous song about the magic that can happen when it's autumn. Magical.
On the avenue.
Yeah, I love both of them. Well, the street show, I don't really like the Friendship Fair that much, but I am excited to see the new ending to it. I think it's cool that they're adapting and changing it as the seasons go on. So while I don't agree with the whole premise of the entire show, it's nice that they're doing something different. You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
I'm just listening to your talk.
No,
That's all
thank
I'm
you.
doing.
Judging me with your eyes.
I'm not judging you.
It's fine.
I want to go back to the Martin Kabobble and see blood, no blood. You know, we need to know.
Oh, goodness. Let's finish up rapid fire with Rhino.
Okay, plans have officially been filed for a new Planet Hollywood Resort that will open near Walt Disney World in 2018. Being called the PH Premier Hotel and Spa Orlando. It's going to be located on 535 near I-4. So, like, if you're familiar with the area back where that, like, Ale House is off of 535, as you're going toward Reams Road, somewhere between there and there. The original project was announced 5 months ago as a 436-room condominium hotel, but now it's just going to be a 548-room, just a regular hotel, I guess. So 20 stories tall with a roof deck, and it's going to include multiple restaurants, patio space, a volleyball court, specific water features, and lake view or access. The pools will have cabanas, boardwalk, all that jazz, and supposedly you're supposed to be able to see the fireworks from the hotel as well.
Cool.
What are specific water features?
I
I
wanna
don't
know
know.
that
That's what
too.
it said in the article.
You sure didn't say, is it Pacific water features and it's using the water from the Pacific Ocean?
They
Pacific.
just pumped it all the way over here.
Volleyball
just
on the
for that.
roof.
I don't know. I think it'll be cool. I look forward to it. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just another
it looks
hotel,
good.
but I like Planet Hollywood, so we'll see what they do with it. Or the original photos I saw for this property looked pretty amazing, so we'll see.
Awesome.
Yes, we all look forward to it.
We do.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. That will do it for Rapid Fire. And before we completely just up and go, I'm just going to run over at the end. Earlier this week, one of our moderators on the boards and posters on the site released his Disney Rumor Roundup. I screwed up saying rumor there for the rumor round. His Disney Rumor Roundup for August 2016, and that is Ryan Teets. So he kind of listed together all of the big rumors of August and put them together in one article. It's a fun article. So I figured we would kind of go over and recap them since we are about to go into September in 2 days here. And just get your opinions on them real quick. So the first thing that he had listed under Magic Kingdom is about Main Street Electrical Parade ending and what will replace it. So right now the rumors are that Paint the Night could come to Walt Disney World at some point in 2017. We won't get a new nighttime parade until the end of 2017, or the third and worst option, we might not get a parade at all.
Thanks, Shanghai.
I'm going with they're not going to have any parade unless a lot of people complain about it.
I agree with that too. Paint the
Kathy
Night's not
Denver.
leaving, so I can't remember what site I read it on, but someone basically pointed out that Paint the Night needs some upgrades already and some changes to it. So that's why Disneyland was willing to take the electrical parade over. Apparently, they're paying for it to be moved over entirely, so that way they have time to upgrade and enhance Paint the Night to get it ready to go again for next summer. And so at that point, maybe electrical parade will come back to Walt Disney World, or we'll just go on with nothing. But apparently Disney World's happy about it because right now they just, they need to cut budget in places, and this is a simple way.
Sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
It's
sad.
the next rumor.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so the next rumors, we're going to move into Epcot and all of the Guardians of the Galaxy crap, including coming to Universe of Energy, as well as potentially also taking over the Wonders of Life Pavilion with another Guardians of the Galaxy. Any thoughts
No.
on these rumors? No?
I've heard that they're going to, that part of that rumor is they're going to completely bulldoze Universe of Energy and put something new in there. So I don't know that I'm emotionally attached to the building that's there. I would rather see it go there than up in the Wonders of Life Pavilion.
Do you like the Wonders of Life Pavilion just for what it's used for the
I would like to
flower
see-
garden, food and wine? That's pretty much all it's used for, really.
I think it's underutilized. I would like to see them put something else in there besides Guardians of the Galaxy, but
I don't think you'll see Guardians of the Galaxy in there. I think there'll be a new attraction, but I just don't feel
think that's
it's going
ever
to be
gonna
Guardians
happen
of the
here.
Galaxy. Yeah,
They're like announced that they're officially included in the next Avengers movie. So I think by doing that, they no longer can have them here either.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it'll happen. Unfortunately, you'll have to go and ride the Tower of Terror, the Guardians Galaxy Tower of Terror, whatever it's going to be called over in California.
Yeah. No, I think I'm in that boat too. I don't see it coming there.
That was life changing. What's next?
It was.
Damn, Teresa.
Teresa's the judge over here.
Gina?
Listen,
their
I
with
will.
air
I will
conditioning.
dismiss Corey and Julie so they can go get their children, and I will keep you here until 3:00, and we'll do an
Small child to
extended.
pick up.
Ah, she can find her own way home.
Only 14. Go ahead.
Hold on to your britches for this one.
Okay, I'm ready.
Leave a Legacy stones will be moved to a new location.
Aw.
Are those the things out front of Epcot?
That's
Yeah.
where NSYNC has been immortalized into
What will
history.
they do?
Yeah.
You talking about the thingies where everybody doesn't look like themselves?
Yeah,
Yeah. Where would they put them?
I don't know.
Out back in a shed.
Dumpster.
I mean,
Send them back to the
there
people.
needs to be more room at that entrance because you know where they want to take everybody's photo right in front of the Epcot ball. I mean, there's people always going to be walking right there in front of your photo.
How long have
and
they
then
been there?
That would have a
How long has
nicer
it been there?
path.
They're about 20. I mean, they were there when they weren't there when I was here in 3rd grade. I know that because I was almost struck by lightning there and the stones weren't there.
I believe they were added in 1999 whenever they
Very
started
distinct
celebrating
memory.
the millennium.
Oh, okay.
Put them
that
at
was
River
like-
Country. I think that's where they should go. Just
Cool.
fill it up and just. You want to see your go to Fort Wilderness.
People should be able to pick up their own little thing when they come, and then just if you don't want them picked up, just
I don't like them, so they can go. Over at Hollywood Studios, the big rumor in August was that Great Movie Ride would be closed to make way and completely gut it, leave the outside of the building, and we would see some type of Mickey Mouse attraction going in it.
no, this crap hurts me to the core. That
I've
needs to
always said that
stay.
it needs to be updated, not reimagined. I think adding new scenes would be
Adding
cool.
new
but-
scenes.
Yeah.
Leaving Sigourney though, I gotta see her when I come around. You know, that's gotta stay there.
just to
This is Alien.
just to put some clarification around this, the whole where this rumor stemmed from was the Turner Classic Movies like licensing or sponsorship,
Right.
whatever it is. It's not being renewed, so that's ending. So that's for sure. That's what we know is definitely truth. Everything else after that is a rumor, so people are just speculating at
They're
this point.
speculating.
But I think there was the rumor was around the Mickey Mouse attraction. Someone felt they had some information on that, but it could be that we just see the Great Movie Ride without Turner Classic Movies and a bit of an update, maybe.
Well,
you know,
have to take out a lot. then.
Everything except for like Mary Poppins.
it would.
I don't think anything is a Disney
There
movie
goes-
except for Mary Poppins and the one little Fantasia
There goes
scene.
Gene Kelly. There goes.
Well, they still have the rights to use all of the movies inside. If Turner Classic Movies backed out, they would have to just redo the narration or put
Yeah.
it back to the old one.
Which I thought was better.
Same with the pre-show, which I would fight anyone if they say the TCM pre-show is not as good as having the old trailers run up there. I love the new TCM pre-show. It's very informative for movie fans. And then tweak a little bit at the end of the ride and screw up with the signage, but other than that, it wouldn't have to change at all. So as long as it doesn't affect the Disney movies that are shown on TCM, I don't care what happens. You know, it's going to happen one way or the other, so it'll be sad when it does, though. Yeah. And our final one for Walt Disney World. People still believe that Rivers of Light will happen before the end of the year at Animal Kingdom.
I don't think that. I think they've got, from the different things, they're still having issues with the barges and things like that. So if it doesn't make it like in November or something, it's not going to happen until after the first of the year.
Yeah, and then
You
at
heard
that
it
point,
here.
it might not even happen until the summer. Why would
Right.
they launch it? And I mean, there is truly no slow time of the year. We talk about that all the time now, but why launch it in February whenever nothing's really happening? Maybe
That's
spring
when
break,
I go.
but
When it's cooler. Right?
well, yeah, you're a local, so you don't matter. Only the people who pay money to travel there on vacation matter.
They
But
should
I
do
don't think
a
it's gonna
they should do a very scary Halloween party there. I think that would be a cool night option.
Oh,
would be
yeah.
cool.
Going through those trails and stuff.
Oh, I thought they were just going to let all the animals out.
You never know. You never know.
Realistic attacks. Okay.
Well, interesting. So those were the big rumors of August. Of course, you can always go to disboards.com to the rumors board and chime in on all the stuff that everyone's talking about over there. It's interesting if you're into that type of thing. If you're not, then I guess that's not your bag. But thank you all. This was a fun conversation we had. I hope everyone out there enjoyed it, including the people watching and listening. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media channels out there, and you're subscribed to us on iTunes as well as YouTube. If you're not doing that, then you're missing out on all the best stuff. Trust me on that. But that is going to do it, I believe, for this episode of the Diz Unplugged. We'll be back with you again next week for our next edition. But thanks for joining us, and we hope you all have a very great week. Bye.